Hello and welcome to another edition of Mainly NBA. Today we're going to be talking about some big trade rumors happening in the NBA today. I'm really only going to talk about two. They're the two biggest. I'm sure probably most of you guys have heard about them, but it is Blake Griffin and Drummond. Now, I'll start with Drummond because we talked about him a couple of weeks ago with the buyout rumors with the Cavs because they didn't think the market was good enough to warrant trying to look for a trade. It's looked like that market started to heat up with like injuries and just other teams being competitive that they originally might not have been. The number one team I think that should be going after Drummond right now is the Charlotte Hornets. I don't think the Cavs would really give up a lot because, like I said before, they don't really have a lot of leverage. They could trade Bismack Biyombo, Cody Zeller, and Malik Monk, and that would make the money work for Drummond. I think that'd be a win-win. Maybe they throw in either a heavily protected first or probably more likely a second or 2 second-round picks to get Drummond. But I think that's a big bonus for them. I think Drummond is an upgrade on Cody Zeller. Drummond obviously comes with some of his issues. He's not been a very efficient player this year. He's not known for his defense, but he's a great rebounder. And he can be a great scorer and an efficient scorer down low when he's really when he's trying and he's actually maybe being on a more competitive team like we've seen in the past. I think, once again, this trade, it's not that wild. I've seen some other ones where Toronto, you might have to do some crazy 3-way, 4-way deals in order to make it work, or you have to give up some star players, which I don't think any team really should for Drummond, but this is kind of not giving up a whole lot for Charlotte, so I think this would be a very good trade in terms of benefiting the Hornets, and also I don't think it would hurt the Cavs at all either. Next one we have is Blake Griffin. Now, Blake, I know I said trade rumors, but I just don't think Blake's getting traded. He's making way too much money for anyone to want to trade for the performance he's putting up this year. And on top of that, he has another year on his deal. So I find it very unlikely, especially because he expressed that he wants to play for a winner. I doubt any team would take on that contract unless they're asking Detroit for picks to take on that contract. But so I think he's going to get bought out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I think his top destination should be the LA Lakers. Now, he played his whole career, or a majority of his career, in LA for the Clippers. So now he's kind of turning over to the dark side, and I think he's going to join the Lakers because it makes sense from all standpoints. They're a contender, like you mentioned, he wants to play for. He would still have a pretty significant role on that team, especially with Anthony Davis being out for an extended period of time. And I think he just enjoys, I think he really likes living in LA. Like, I'm sure most athletes and most probably people would. So I think the buyout, obviously they don't have to make any trades. I think he fits well because he is a point forward. I think when AD comes back, he could come off the bench. I don't know if they necessarily start him now. Maybe they just start Kuzma. But especially the way he's been playing, he hasn't been great. But Markieff Morris also hasn't been great. And I think Blake brings a lot more to the table than Markieff Morris does. Like I said, I think his best kind of role would be a point forward role for this team. He could be a bench point forward to help run the second unit. I think it would just be a good addition. And I think that the Blake we've seen this year obviously isn't prime Blake. I don't think he's even going to be close to what prime Blake was. But I think what the Blake we've seen this year isn't what is about 70% of what he could be. I think 70 to 85% of what he could be. He's playing pretty terribly this year by pretty much all standards. And I think if he's on a competitive team, I think his defense will improve a lot. I think he might be shooting the ball a little bit better, might be taking better shots. He might just be trying harder. I think that would help his overall performance. So overall, I really like Blake as a player. I really hope to see him play for a competitive team. It sucks if he does play for the Lakers because I'm a Celtics fan. I really don't want to see him help LA win another championship. So hopefully he goes somewhere else, but I think the most likely destination is the LA Lakers. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll be back on Saturday.